Many people believe life would finally feel easier once their annual salary reaches $150,000, as if that number marks the finish line of financial stress. At that income level, it seems reasonable to imagine monthly bills and surprise expenses finally losing their power over your life. Yet many people who reach that milestone discover they earn more than ever while feeling no closer to real freedom. Some even report feeling more exhausted than when they earned half as much, despite reaching the goal they once dreamed about. The strange part is that nearly everyone uses money to pursue the same thing, yet that goal often becomes harder to find as income grows. That is why this conversation is not really about income, but about the deeper need people expect income to solve. Welcome to The Margin, where we explore money, work, and the hidden emotional costs built into modern life. And by the end of this video, we will explore why some people achieve their financial dream only to quietly wonder why they still feel empty. Since childhood, many of us absorb the idea that more income automatically leads to more happiness, as if life followed a simple formula. The script was straightforward: study hard, earn credentials, and secure a well-paying job. A higher salary was presented as the final destination where life would finally feel better. Yet this roadmap explains how to earn money, not how to recognize when enough is enough. We become experts at chasing bigger numbers but rarely learn where the chase should end. As a result, many people live in a permanent waiting room for the next promotion to bring peace of mind. Then the target shifts again toward the next bonus or raise, keeping success just out of reach. The strange part is that the promised feeling often stays delayed even when the milestones are achieved. That is not necessarily a personal failure because the goal being chased cannot be purchased directly. What many people actually want is the freedom that comes from feeling in control of their own time and decisions. In America, a six-figure salary is often treated like a shortcut to a comfortable life and financial peace of mind. When people finally earn $100,000 or $150,000 a year, many discover that stress does not disappear as quickly as expected. As income grows, spending expectations often grow too, creating a risk that feels invisible at first. The house and car that once felt extraordinary can quietly become the new baseline for everyday life. What once felt like success can become ordinary surprisingly fast, reducing the satisfaction it originally delivered. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation, the human tendency to adjust quickly to improvements and treat them as normal. A salary increase feels exciting at first, but the brain is remarkably efficient at turning luxury into routine. A few months later, a new financial target appears and the race quietly starts again. This is not necessarily greed. It is simply how the brain is wired to keep searching for the next level. The irony is that the faster we chase higher numbers, the easier it becomes to miss that we may be standing in the same place. In finance, there is a term called golden handcuffs, where higher income quietly makes leaving harder. From the outside it looks luxurious, but a golden cage is still a cage. Bigger salaries often come with bigger responsibilities, and bigger responsibilities can create deeper dependence. A career promotion often starts with moving into a more expensive neighborhood that feels like progress. Then come larger mortgage payments, higher expenses, and a social standard that keeps moving upward. Years later, the job that once felt optional starts feeling impossible to leave. Many high earners appear successful on paper while privately feeling trapped by their own systems. They are no longer working for freedom, but to keep an expensive machine running every month. The money that was supposed to buy freedom sometimes creates a new form of dependence instead. Because not every prison looks like a prison when viewed from the outside. There is a form of poverty that rarely appears in economic reports, and it has nothing to do with income. You may have enough money to pay the bills while still feeling like there is never enough time. The day begins with meetings before your mind has a chance to catch up with the morning. By midday, notifications compete for attention faster than any task can be completed. Even weekends start to feel less like freedom and more like recovery from the previous week. Many people chase higher income when what they actually miss is room to breathe. The luxury many people want is simply enough time to enjoy ordinary moments without rushing. Taking a slow walk can feel strangely uncomfortable when productivity becomes the default expectation. Modern life often treats busyness as a status symbol even when it creates long-term drawdowns in energy. Not everyone is busy because they are important. Some are simply too exhausted to stop. The uncomfortable truth is that money is powerful, but even a $150,000 salary cannot solve every part of life. A higher income can buy a bigger house, but it cannot automatically create a sense of belonging inside it. Many people can afford vacations, yet still struggle to be fully present when they finally arrive. Wealth can buy a premium mattress, but it cannot always reduce stress, risk, or restless nights. The best healthcare can improve outcomes, but it cannot buy back years that have already passed. No salary is large enough to recover the childhood moments you were too busy to witness. Relationships rarely break all at once. They often fade through conversations that never happen. People often chase future happiness, forgetting that life continues during the waiting period. Over a long time horizon, balance often creates a better life experience than maximizing income alone. While we plan for a better future, time keeps compounding forward whether we notice it or not. People often say money buys freedom, but few stop to ask what kind of freedom actually matters in everyday life. Real wealth is less about buying more things and more about having more options when life changes unexpectedly. Financial flexibility creates the ability to say no, take a break, or simply choose a different path. Sometimes the most valuable option is being able to leave a situation that is slowly draining your health or relationships. Consumption looks impressive from the outside, but flexibility often delivers more long-term value than appearances. The more choices you have, the less your decisions are driven by fear, volatility, or short-term pressure. Many poor decisions come from urgency and pressure rather than a lack of intelligence or effort. A financial cushion creates mental space, and that space often compounds into better long-term thinking. Money works best when it creates choices for the future rather than pressure to maintain a lifestyle. In the end, having meaningful choices may be the most practical form of freedom that wealth can provide. Many people chase money believing it will unlock luxury, but what they usually want is something much quieter. Status symbols often look impressive from a distance, yet they rarely solve the stress people carry every day. Deep down, most people are looking for the feeling that tomorrow will probably be okay. Peace of mind comes from having room to breathe instead of feeling one unexpected expense away from chaos. Some people pursue that feeling through higher income, while others focus on investing with a long-term time horizon. Income and investing are useful tools, but neither is the destination people imagine. The real objective is a life that feels lighter, not a life filled with endlessly larger numbers. Money works best as a bridge that helps you reach what matters rather than becoming the thing that matters. Understanding that difference early can prevent years spent running in a race with no finish line. Sometimes the answer is not earning more money, but creating a healthier definition of success. Maybe the goal of life is not maximizing income forever, but reaching a point where money creates enough stability to breathe a little easier. Once basic needs are covered, quality of life often depends more on attention and available time than another increase in salary. Modern life will always present another target, another promotion, and another milestone, but not every goal improves long-term well-being. Sometimes the smartest financial decision is pausing long enough to ask what you are actually trying to gain from all the effort. If this perspective changed how you think about money and happiness, then the conversation may already have delivered something valuable. For more calm financial documentaries about modern work and money, you can continue exploring ideas with the margin. Understanding money is not only about becoming wealthier, but also about becoming more aware of how you spend your limited time. If you had to choose, would an extra $50,000 a year matter more than gaining 10 free hours every week to use however you want?